I work with V7, and we're currently looking for Elixir developers, so if you need work, let us know. This is sort of an extra to the Hound talk you saw today. That example application that Vanessa was demoing, it created an app with no Ecto, so it didn't have like a database, but just to emphasize Hound does work with a database. It's simple. The documentation shows you how to do it. It's really easy. This is more of a sort of a hidden feature. It's well documented in the Ecto documentation, but not, as in my experience, commonly known. That there's also an Ecto plug of a cert. So you can basically do this. You define this plug at your endpoint, and it exposes a route, which is for us at API Sandbox, which you can hit with a post request, and you get an ID back. This is the ID of the Ecto Sandbox for your test. You then add this ID to all requests in your front-end framework, and they basically work through a sandbox. You can write your test, and after the test is done, you send a delete request to the same endpoint, and you effectively have a full end-to-end test in a framework app running in a sandbox. So what does that means? You can effectively test your front-end repo application written in, I don't know, React, Vue, basically anything, with a backend running at the same machine, and you have full end-to-end test from start to end without having to mock anything. It works. It's a bit slow, but it works quite well. But you can do additional things with it. For example, what we are doing right now in our project is we've exposed a set of ex machina endpoints. So you're basically able to create data, set up data for your tests from the front end, run the test, and clear data after the test. Again, quite easy. You just translate normal ex machina function calls to create data from the front end. We use it with a special end-to-end environment, but it works with a test environment. You can, oh, I think I lost my, are you hearing me? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, key is this. Phoenix Ecto SQL Sandbox, look up the documentation for that module, and everything is quite well documented there, just not commonly known for some reason. That's about it. Any questions? Any questions? Yes?
How did you find it?
Need, I guess, necessity. I was looking for a way to, on my previous project, for a way to run the front-end app from the back-end app. Couldn't find it, but I basically stumbled upon it. And then I tried to ask for guidance on it in the official Elixir Slack, and the initial reaction was, I don't think that's possible. So I'm not sure why it's so unknown, but yeah, it's documented quite well in the module I listed, so, oh, sorry. Just to reiterate, because it's quite useful. How do I go back on Keynote? Oh, okay. Phoenix Ecto SQL Sandbox, that's it. These settings, oh, shoot, I forgot to remove my app name, sorry. These settings are not the default. The timeout specifically might be necessary because like a front-end test is gonna take a bit to run, especially if you're navigating across pages and doing like multiple things. So the default is 15 seconds. I find it sometimes not enough. You can, I believe, even do infinity, but I'm not sure at this point. So yeah, screenshot this and take a photo of this, and that's all we need. Anything else? I guess that's it then.